Welcome back to this special edition of Rural America Live. I'm Tammy Orienter. You know, the best agronomic decisions start with reliable data, and the team at Helena wants to make sure you have the knowledge and the products you need. I had a chance to visit with Mike Powell and Phil Hollis about what they're doing to meet the needs of producers.
This morning we had a tremendous launch of a couple new chemistries that we're trying to bring to the marketplace, so we're excited when we look at meeting the needs of our growers. You know, in Helena, one of the biggest things we're trying to do is find out what are the needs. And I think today, with the economy being where it's at in the ag industry and the struggles that's going on, a lot of people lose track of that and lose focus of that. And I think one of the stresses that we've done with our folks is, hey, go out. This is a time where you draw closer to your folks, your customers, and all the launches and all the chemistries and technologies and adjuvants and bioscience products you see, we're actually drawing in, asking them what they need. And then from our perspective, products like Empyros, a couple things that Mike will talk about here in a few minutes, those are really trying to get infatuated with what our customer needs and then delivering that to the marketplace. So we're excited about that.
Building on the relationship that you have with that customer because they know what they need while they're in the field.
In the retail business, what we try to do in our shop back in the HBG camp is really find out what they need, identify that, and then put it in the hands of our people. You know, within Helena, you'll see people, products, and knowledge. And what we got to do is come up with products and then use and access those products and put it in the people's hands to deliver it, and the rest will take care of itself. Meeting the growers' needs is what we get excited about.
All right, well, now Resurge was recently launched at Commodity Classic. What is so unique about Resurge versus other humic-based products?
Well, you know, we've been in the humic business for a long time, and we've been in the marketplace with one of probably the most highly effective ones in the marketplace, but it has had its limitations because of the way it was granulized. So the unique thing about Resurge is we've engineered a new granule that brings a whole lot more benefits to that blending operation.
Now, what are some of the other areas that will be driving Helena's business in the future?
Well, I think the buzzword you'll see at the Classic is really precision ag, digital ag. And we spend a lot of money. We've had a lot of investment in that area that couples right up with this group, with our HPG group, our Helena Products group. What we try to do with the Agri-Intelligence platform, as we call it internally, or AI 360, you'll see a lot of that in publications, identify what the grower's problem is. And when we identify what the problem is, we ask Mike and his counterparts and the whole Helena Products Group to come up with a solution for that. And that's the neat thing. As we go forward, what we want to try to do is continue to not only come up with new products, but we have to identify and then go back and ground truth and make sure there's a value impact to that. And we spend every day doing that. The research and development money that we put into these products, couple that up, it allows us to ground truth with our Agri-Intelligence platform. And when the day's done, if we can't provide a value to the grower to better what they're trying to do, then we don't bring it to market. And that's what brings us the credibility we have with that platform.
Right. You know, when you do bring it to market, it's something that's going to work.
It's been through extensive testing. And when we talk about that, we talk about 3 years testing, 2 to 3 years of testing before we even launch it. These products that you're hearing about today have been in the grind out method for the last 2 to 3 years. And quite honestly, when you look at Antares Complete, one of the chemistries that you'll hear about coming out of this show, we actually had to retool. Some of the ratios weren't right, and we were missing some of the needs. So our lab went back to the development, and they hit the mark with what we feel like we're coming to the market with when it gets the labeling.
Mike, you touched on the Humic products. Let's talk a little bit about going forward. Where are we with that, and what can we look forward from Helena with that product?
Well, on the Resurge, what we're really excited about is the way it's going to handle for the customer. You know, Humics, again, they've been in the marketplace a long time, but they're hard to handle. When you put them in a blend, they don't distribute well, and they don't spread evenly on the field. And with our new granule, all of the granules are consistently sized, so we get better distribution in the fertilizer blend. We also get better distribution on the acre, but also we can stand up to the rigors. It's hard enough to where it can stand up to the rigors of the fertilizer blending process, because it's got to go through the blender, through an auger, to the tender truck, all the way through to the fertilizer spreader, and that just makes, usually these will break down. And Resurge has conquered all that. We've got good integrity all the way to the field. Then it begins to release its active ingredient and do the job of increasing the fertilizer efficiency for the grower and helping improving his yields.
Good. And talking about the Commodity Classic and launching new products, some new herbicides on the market from you guys?
Yes, coming. And Mark Whalen launched those this morning, and they're really a talking. I mean, we're discussing and forward looking. We've never done that before. Empyros and Antares Complete, and those are new chemistries that we're looking at, novel, unique. Antares Complete is not new chemistry. It's a new way of delivering those chemistries and some proprietary technology that goes in it. While I'm not the most technical versed person of this group, and obviously Mark manages those and Mike manages that area of our business, really what we're trying to do is find out what hits the mark, and I think they've been able. You'll see when that comes to market, you'll see that they've done a good job with that. Couple that up, there's 4 or 5 other chemistries. Oculus Max, it's a delivery system of one shot for the dicamba 2,4-D drift retardant area. And really what we're trying to do is listen to our customers and say, what makes it easy for you? And they've done a great job. And you'll hear more about that as we come. But very proud of this group. Obviously, a lot of work behind the scenes. And when you talk about adjuvants and what we are to that, we're core. That's core to us, and we're branching out in terms of bioscience, the areas that Mike handles, but also, one of the questions I keep getting asked is Helena just an adjuvant company? And while adjuvants are core to us, it's a much, much bigger picture for us as we look toward the future.
Very good. Anybody wants more information about Helena products, where do they need to go?
They can go to our website. They can contact our local Helena store and ask for more information with one of our representatives.
Get all the information you need.
All you need from there. Most importantly, we want to drive these products to our local folks. We've got a lot of commitment at the local level. We feel like we got the best people in the industry, and they can deliver the best solution if they just go reach out to them and ask them what they need and be honest with them. They're infatuated with meeting their needs, and that's what we want to try to do from top to bottom in the organization.
Thanks, Mike and Phil. Some very helpful information there, and we're excited about what Helena is bringing to the marketplace.